This is another great experience with the fine young man. We'll title this one "Be Ready." So I went and I picked up this gentleman from right next to the airport, and I was taking him to work. He's a chef at Flanagan's. Ooh, excuse me. He's a chef at Flanagan's, and so he gets in my car and we start talking. He's frustrated because he got into an Uber that was for somebody else, and he finally got in my car, and so we start talking. And you know me, I'm always like, this is a beautiful day that God has made. Wow. And so he started chiming in on that. So we're just having this really cool conversation, and then I just tell him, I said, man, God is so good, it's so beautiful how He gives us these wonderful opportunities to live this beautiful life, to help people. You know, I wasn't like that before I knew God. And he goes, you know what? I'm the same way. And so we started talking a little bit more. And I said, yeah, man. I said, Brian got me out of some darkness, man. I mean, I used to be involved in some gangs and stuff. And he's like, me too, man. And he goes, man, I said, you know, God saved me from that nonsense. You know, and I was able to get up out of that without catching a charge or anything. And he goes like, not for me, man. I wound up doing a stint in prison, you know. And I was like, oh man, that stinks. He goes, yeah, but you know what? That's what I needed in order for me to come and have a relationship with God. And God showed me why I needed to be there. And I said, you know, he was starting to tell me, he said, God spoke to me so many times and I wasn't listening. And I realized that when I was in prison, sitting in there, trying to figure out how I got here, all mad at myself. And God told me, hey, I was trying to tell you, but you weren't listening. He goes, but so now I live a totally different life. You know, I'm a chef. I have 3 different chef jobs. I work all the time, but I got to be so careful that I don't work too much that I'm not able to be with him, because I don't want that. And I'm like, yeah, man, that's the same thing. I said, I got 3 jobs myself. You know, I'm not married, don't have any kids. And, you know, so I make sure that whatever I can do, I can be there. And I said, like, my jobs, I can make my time. I'm at church at least 4 times a week, you know, getting equipped. And he's like, yeah, he goes, you know, it's like, he goes, and I got to tell you something. He goes, God told me this. There's going to be, I'm trying to remember the word he said, but it was kind of along the lines of like a famine that's coming. God told me that this famine's coming. I use that word. And I said, hey, I believe it. He goes, listen, he goes, it's coming, and we got to be ready, because if we're not, God just wants to take us all up and to be with Him, but we have to know everything, know our Bible. And I said, oh, man, you know, that's just amazing what you're saying, because that's what we teach at our church. You got to be ready. You got to be equipped, because we don't know how much time we got here on this earth. It could be tomorrow that we're gone, but we need to have this relationship with God before anything. And he was like, man, brother, I'm so glad that you're in my car I got in this car with you. I mean, I love to meet people that love God just as much as I do. And, you know, and I just, you know, I take all those bad decisions that I made and everything, and I'm just grateful that I made those bad decisions. And I said, me too, because He uses all these bad decisions that I made and all those horrible situations all for His glory. I said, look, I'm able to have a conversation with you and meet you exactly where you're at, and we understand each other. And so I had the awesome opportunity to pray over him, and then he went off to work. So remember, be ready, get equipped, know your Bible. That's the most important thing. Put God in everything in your life. Forget about the world and all their lies and everything like that. God's got you. Love each and every one of you, and God bless you. Have a wonderful day.